Hello sewing people, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to give you a little quick demo on this Janome 6650 sewing machine. This is my personal sewing machine. I've had it a few months. I love it. I sew on it every day. It's not too many days to go by that I don't sew on it. And it's real simple to operate. I enjoy sewing with it. So I just thought I'd give you a little quick rundown on it and let you see how this machine works and sews. Okay. What I like about this machine is it has the built-in walking foot right here on it. I mean, no, it doesn't. This one doesn't have the built-in. This one has a detachable walking foot. I take that back, sorry. This you unscrew right here and then you just snap on your other feet. It's got a bunch of other feet. That's real simple. But I keep the walking foot on mine just about all the time because I just think the machine works better with the walking foot on. So I pretty much keep mine in. Okay, so I'll just make a couple stitches. I have pink thread in here. Okay, to set my stitches, it's right here at this button, and you turn this button and you see the number right there changing. I normally sew about 2.5, depending on what I'm sewing, but 2.5, which is right there. Okay, now over here is your stitch length, which is right here. Width, which I don't usually mess with that unless you're doing a pattern or zigzag. You don't need to mess with that. Okay, so that's on 2.5. And I got my thread up over here. Okay, and we have the thread cutter right there. Okay. I'll just sew a little bit so you can hear it sewing. I never can sew well. I'm trying to sit far from the camera, out of the way of the camera, so I can't sew. Okay, now if I wanted to lengthen my stitch, of course, right here, I'd turn that. Now, I really need to get a darker color in here, probably. Color of fabric. So you can see, maybe you can see the stitches better. Again, here's reverse. Cut the thread. And you can also run this machine with the button. You don't have to use your foot pedal. But in order to do that, I believe you have to unplug the foot pedal, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now this is to knot it. If you want to knot the end of your seam, I have a tendency to do it manually, but if you want to press that, and that will do that for you. Okay, now we have the different modes over here. We have a mode button, and then we have mode 1. Let's see if the camera's up here. 1, 2, and 3. And to change those modes, you'll just press this button. Say that's mode 2. And if I want to do one of the patterns up there, I just follow this number up here. This is one I use a lot. It's 017. Okay, and then again, there's your stitch width, 2.5, and then, I mean your length, 2.5, and then it's set at 9, which is pretty wide. It'll automatically go, I think, to the widest width, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is the widest width. So you can bring it down if you want to. We'll see now how wide that is. You can see that's pretty wide. Now this is a 9mm machine, so it will stitch up to 9mm wide. So that's why you have the 9 right there. Of course, you can bring it down narrower if you want to. Just turn it down the other way. I'm going to do a little tiny one. Alrighty, well my camera battery went dead, so I was filming along with nothing in here. So here we go again. Alright, let's see if you can see this. Ooh, wow, sorry about that. Those are the straight stitches and the back stitching, and that's the 9mm. It's what I call a serger stitch, the 017. And then I narrowed it down. Okay, I don't know if the back's going to show up very well because I use such a light colored thread. And the blue, I have it doubled. It's kind of a heavy cotton. I have that doubled plus on top of this white. So that's no problem for this machine. This machine will easily take heavy fabrics. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit more about it. This is a good machine. Alright, now I'm going to change. We have speed control right here. I have a tendency to sew fast, so I like a fast machine. I've been used to a commercial machine, so I like to sew fast. Now you can slow it down if you don't want to sew fast, or you can keep it up. You can also regulate it by your foot pedal, but if you have this down, it's even, you can press your foot pedal all the way to the floor and it won't go any faster. So don't worry about that if you think the machine's too fast for you, because that's not the case. Alright, and let me pull this down because you couldn't see what I was talking about when I was showing you the chart. We have up here mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. Where's my mode 3? Let's see, I thought it was mode 3. Mode 1, mode 2. Okay, well it's not a, I know it's a mode 3. Well, I'm blind as a bat right now, I just can't see it. But anyway, you just follow your numbers on here, so it's very simple. Now you will have to put a 0 in front of it. Like right here it says 001, so you can't just put a 1, you got to put 001. And you have to be in the mode 1 or mode 2, for it to sew what you want it to sew. Now, then on the back is mode 3. Ta-da! I knew what I was talking about. That's your mode 3 on the back of this plate. And this just sits on top of the machine. It's got a little slide there. You can put it all the way down when you put it into storage, or you can keep it up where you can see it. I keep mine out all the time because I never know what stitch I'm going to want to sew. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit more about this machine. Well, I've told you about the patterns. That's very simple. And it does all sorts of patterns. Let me see. I have dark thread in here. Let me do a little bit of embroidery pattern for you. I'll get a darker thread. Okay, I have a darker thread here. And before I do that, let's do another pattern. What I'm going to do to here is just clear it on that C button down there, clear. And I'll just go back to mode 1. And I'll show you how to thread the machine and fill a bobbin, which is very simple on this machine. And the good thing about it, hope you can see that spool back there. Try to bring it in a little closer. Okay. Now we have several spool tops, and you use the top according to what size thread you're using. You don't want it to be on there real tight, but enough that the thread can move. Okay, now this is what we're going to do to fill a bobbin. Do that first. Okay. Whoops, I bumped the thread, the camera. Okay, I like to go ahead and get the thread, bobbin and put it through the hole up here at the top. Get it through that hole, one of the holes. Just bear with me, it might take me a little bit. Okay, now once you get the top through there, through the thread top like that, then put your finger on top and hold it and go ahead and make a couple spins with it. You know, wind it a couple times. Let's sit it up here. And I've got way too much thread pulled out. Okay, and then you'll put one, I think it's a drawing up here too, so you can watch the drawing. And you're going to bring your thread right through here. When you wind in the bobbin, then you're going to push that over. And then there's a button right down here. I'll move the camera to show you the bobbin button. Right here. Touch the bobbin button. Sorry for the bumping. Oh my goodness. And you press that button to stop it too. Okay, I'll show you what I did. I wasn't paying attention. And I wound the bobbin around the spool right here. So it's no big deal. Just go ahead and cut it off. Start again. Make mistakes. All part of sewing. Alright, we're going to start again. This time I'm paying attention. I'm holding my thread, which is what I do a lot of times. You don't have to do that, but I have a old-timey habit of doing that, because we used to have to on the old machines. Guide your thread. So anyway, you can fill it all the way, or you can stop it by pushing that button again, and that will stop it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and thread the rest of the machine. And you can also use your other, you have another spool caddy over there on this side. And while you're sewing, if you can still go ahead, you don't have to unthread your bobbin, your machine. You can wind a bobbin on the other side. So that's a good thing about it. It has two motors, one for the machine and one for that. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing over here on this blue thread. Okay, I came right behind this right here. Then I'm coming, and actually it's numbered. Then I'm going to come down this way, and it's best to hold your thread. Let's see, I think I'm lost. Okay. So I came right behind this. Now I'm going down behind this bar, but I'm going to hold the thread. Must be hitting something. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the thread. Move the camera again. You need to hold it right here so it will catch. Did you hear that click? You can see what I did. I came down through here and behind there, and I held with one hand, your other hand, hold the thread, and then loop it around and you'll hear it click. And when it clicks, you can let go. And then you're going to take your thread behind this bar where it's numbered a 6. And then you're going to come on down. And you're going to go behind this bar. I'm probably going to have to move the camera again to show you. Okay, what you're going to do next after coming down through here, then there's a bar right here that sticks out. You're going to go right behind that bar. And then there's another little tiny bar right here behind, just above the thread. And you go behind that. Then you will thread your needle straight back. Okay, once your needle is threaded, then you just take your thread and put it off to the back. There is a needle threader. If you want to use it, more power to you. I think it's more trouble getting it set up. By the time I do all that, I can have it threaded. Okay, and there's also a manual thread cutter right back here. That you can just, and that's always nice because you never know when you're going to need that. But alright, this also shows you your tension right here, and I have it pretty low right now. You might have to change that depending on if you're sewing on something really thick, a lot of layers. Alright, let me show you a couple patterns on this machine. Okay, let's see, let's do something cute. Alright, we'll go to mode 2. Mode 2. And then I'm going to pick out a pattern. See, I'll look up here at my sheet. Mode 2, I have all these patterns here I can do. And with this machine, this foot pedal on, this you can make almost all the stitches. If you can't, it's going to make an ugly face and tell you you got to change your foot. So with this walking foot on here, though, you can make almost everything on there. So I'm going to make this little flower right here. 1, 3, 4. Okay, and it automatically goes to 2.5 width. 9 width, 2.5 inch length. And it goes to the widest width, which is 9. 2's awful small. I'll probably end up making a little bigger than that. Then you can make it bigger. No, you can't. That's as big as you can make that stitch. It won't, you know, it stays to where it needs to be. It won't change if it can't do it. So that one goes to 250, is as large as the length will go, and then go all the way down to, I don't think you want to do anything that tiny. Alright, let's change to another stitch, because we can run them together. So we'll do, let's do, okay, that's a zigzag type of stitches in mode 2. And I just left it there. 5, it apparently is the yeah, it went to 5, so apparently that's as large, as wide as that particular stitch will go. Okay, we can try another one. It's pre-programmed to do a couple little words in here, like handmade. So you can do that. That's nice. To put on your work if you do a lot of quilts and things. Okay. And this is a needle up-down programmer too. So if you want to keep your needle up, you set it to go up. If you want it to stay down when you stop, it'll go down. So depending on what you're sewing. I'm just go ahead and use the regular thread cutter this time. And I'm going to show you these stitches that we made. And I went a little crooked on the handmade, and I didn't quite let it finish out because it was going to put another flower at the end. See, it started at handmade. I just went straight into it. I didn't change. That's the other similar serger type stitch. And then here's the other flower. I mean, it's just endless. You can go on and on with the stitches. Patterns, rather. So, and you can sew a lot of different fabrics with this machine. This is a heavy duct, and it has no problem sewing something like that. I have the extension table with this machine, and I hate to lift this up because I know it's going to be a mess under here. But underneath here there is a button that you push, and that lets this up. I think I showed that in another video, how to get in there and clean your bobbin out and change your bobbin. And let's see, I guess I could show you how to change the foot on this machine. And like I said, I keep the foot pedal on the walking foot on most of the time, because I can do just about anything I want with that on there. So that's without it. And to put it back on, you just stick that little arm up here on top. Hope you can see that. This arm goes on top of this bar, and then you line it up. This screw area, you line that up with this piece right here. You'll see it's little teeth, a little claw like that goes in between it, and then you screw it on there tighter. Right here you screw it. Now to change your needle, I could show you how to change a needle too, because I know I need to change a needle. I've been using this one forever, and I know it's dull. So I'll go ahead and change the needle for you. I store my needles in a jar like this. Just drop them in there. These are my favorite needles, the top stitch Class A needles. And I'm going to put in a size 14. You're pretty safe on a 14 or a 12. Just depends on what you're going to be making. If you're sewing with something heavy, such as denim, a 14 is a good idea. But I just happen to grab this one. I'm going to put this one in. It'll work on just about anything that I sew. Now this is my favorite tool right here. And this little foot has a point right there at the little hole right there at the end, and oops, there goes my needle. Alright, I'll try again. This needle, you probably can't see it, but anyway, there's a flat part at the end, at the back, and that flat part goes to the back of the machine. And the flat part also goes inside this little doodad right here that I absolutely love. I had it with one of my FOF machines, my last FOF machine, and I don't know how I ever made out without it. If your hands are wiggly like mine. Okay, once you get it in place, it won't go any further. Okay, and once you get it in, it won't go any further when it's as far as it's supposed to go. And as you can see, it's even with that little tool, it still takes me a little while to get a needle in. But I mean, you people are young, you're not going to have that trouble. Okay, now to put another foot on, you're going to put your ankle, what I call an ankle, shank right here. Another shank. And you'll loosen up the other side. Push it up. Enough to get it in there. Oh, I didn't realize I put that foot on there. Okay, so I got to put it in. Oh, wait a minute. One. Alright, now, I didn't mean to put that needle on, because that's not the one that pops off, but anyway, the way that one went on is the same as this foot will go on, you know, behind that, except for you're going to put that bar right here over that. I meant to put on, so I could do a snap foot. My other ankle. I can't find it right now, but anyway, this video's getting too long, so I better stop. If I need to, I'll do another video. So, anyway, this is a nice machine. It's pretty intense. Well, no, it's not, but I wouldn't really say it's a starter machine. If you could, it's simple enough that it could be a starter machine. If you have the money and can buy a nice machine, this is a good machine. You don't have to use all the bells and whistles that come with it. But you can if you want to, and you can learn. So anyway, I hope this video helped you out. Hope you enjoyed my channel. And come visit me and become a member. Thanks again. I appreciate all my viewers. Bye now. Okay, once again, this is the foot I meant to put on. I couldn't find it. I should have been a little more prepared for my video. Had all my stuff out, but I didn't. This is the other ankle that I use. And with this one, it goes on at the back, you know, just like the other one pretty much. And it snaps on, and it's a lot of feet that just, see, it just snaps on like that. And to take it off, you'll just release this right here, this button, and that releases your foot. So if you like to use a lot of the attachments, that'll come in real handy. Now, this is what they call the high-speed foot, or straight stitch foot. And I like to use that foot when I'm quilting. But now one thing you do have to keep in mind with that, you do have to make sure you have it set in the right spot, because if you, in mode 1, and it needs to be in the middle. So if you don't have it in that, on that stitch yet, 1, if you get it over, then it's going to break a needle. So you don't want to do that. Alright, hope this helps you. Bye now.